Hey folks, Alex Forrest here. Thought I would just give you a little bit of an update on things because it's been a while. I've been down a massive editing hole just recently because I've been doing a legal vlog or vlog-umentary on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I'm going to post 3 videos actually after this one. A good friend here in Warsaw said that he thought it would be of interest to guys because it crosses the sort of the line between the law and dating. It's just absolutely slap bang in the middle of my kind of, what's the word, area of interest as far as this kind of legal detective channel that I've got going off of my law business. Some of you will be aware I did a whole series on the coronavirus. I think these issues are quite interesting. These investigations are quite kind of relevant because they've got something to do with the underpinning of the kind of the value underpinning of what it is that we do, and you know, sort of shining a light on the truth of the situation, getting to the bottom of things, which is, you know, for anybody who's been in the dating world, anybody who's been interested in day game and daytime approach and society's attitudes towards it. The process of doing the Law Investigates the mysterious affair of COVID-19 and the Johnny Depp investigation is, you know, it's really sort of opened my eyes to the fact that we live in a world of opinion. We inherit just random ideas that are just rather sort of coincidental, depend upon our upbringing, depend upon our education, depend upon the circle of friends that we keep, depending upon the newspapers that we read. And I've become more and more fascinated by really drilling into topics to find out where the truth lies and if there is such a thing as the truth. So yeah, anyway, apologies for not vlogging more recently, and I also just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who's been commenting, particularly under the Torero tribute video, and basically say, look, I'm sorry if I've not been able to reply to all the individual comments, but I've read them, been through them today, and it's just you know, fucking brilliant that guys kind of it's such a kind of a good advert for guys who are into this stuff, and it's such a good tonic against sort of the general wash of you know, pick-up community, if you like, that's generally depicted in the press. So do keep those comments going. Now, on the point of Tom, Anthony Hustle has decided to, you know, basically infringe copyright because he doesn't own any of the content of Tom's videos. Tom's family do. I'm working with Tom's family's lawyer and another dude who's a very close friend of Tom to do 2 things really. To, you know, to ask Anthony Hustle politely to remove his content and to stop making money out of copyright material that he has had no part in creating, and also to collect and collate Tom's content and make it available. Now, there is a link under the Tom tribute video for anybody who wants to upload stuff, and I keep getting pings from the lawyer saying it's brilliant how people are just, you know, in really kind of good spirit, asking before they use Tom's content, or, you know, just freely uploading stuff to that link. Now, so step by step, unfortunately we're all doing it for free pretty much, and there are expenses and whatnot, and these things just take time, particularly when lawyers get involved. I have wondered, and I just want to float a question, whether or not guys out there would like to donate, because I think if there was money, you know, much more could be done much more quickly in terms of taking, in terms of creating a website for Tom's material, and also dealing with dudes who are infringing copyright, frankly, on YouTube and elsewhere. Email me at alex.streetstories@gmail.com, or I will get the lawyer's details and post it in the video description box below, because he will probably have a client account where he can kind of receive donations. Maybe it's a crazy suggestion, but I just think it's in a very good cause, and I'm just sensitive, not so much me, but these other guys doing a lot of work for free and at the time spending their own money as well. I want to at some point talk a little bit about Tinder and contrast it with day game. As you'll know from previous videos, I started some Tinder during lockdown because I thought it'd be just interesting to have a fresh look at it, and I've been doing it for a year pretty much now. With the arrival of summer, stopped being at all active on Tinder, and have started to just quite naturally to approach girls. Like just last week, it's quite interesting. I find it difficult now to just kind of go out to approach girls. I just find myself, it just seems far more congruent with where I am and natural to just simply approach girls as I'm going about my day to day. Last week I approached 3 or 4 girls, got 2, got 3 numbers actually. And actually, if you are, I'm lucky enough to live in the middle of the city. I walk to work. The beauty of daytime approach, it's just such a spontaneous, natural, positive thing to do. Any guys who've got sticking points around fear, I mean, just to email me, come and have some coaching with me. I will have to charge you, but the thing is that this isn't about, you know, getting girls. Well, it is, but at a far more fundamental level, it's about keeping your vibe up in life, keeping your spirits up, keeping buoyant, keeping enthusiastic. And I tell you what, whenever I do have these conversations in the street or coffee shops, I come away just having shaken loose the chains of daily life, the obsessions with work, the worries, the concerns, and so on and so forth. It is such a great therapy. I don't think there's anything better. And I've found that, interesting thing about Tinder is I've found it actually to generate decent dates over the last year. However, which has surprised me with younger and more attractive girls. That surprised me. But I think I'm coming to a conclusion in respect of Tinder that, yeah, okay, fine, dip into it. Or if, you know, electronic internet dating is your thing, all power to you. But if you are interested in day game and daytime approach, I tell you what, you have to spend time on Tinder. I don't think there's any economy in using Tinder. That's just an illusion that just because it's electronic and you can do it in your underpants on your sofa in front of the television on a Monday or a Tuesday night, that it's going to save you time. That's, I think, an illusion. I think it's as time consuming as daytime approach, quite frankly. You have to spend an hour, you have to spend money on boosts or gold membership or whatever, unless you're, you know, very attractive and you're holding a puppy dog in your Porsche Cabriolet with your, you know, your roughly shaven look and your shades, and okay, fine, and you're young and you're a bit buff, okay, but for most of the guys, particularly the more vintage dudes, it requires a lot of work. And here's the thing, when you finish an hour on Tinder, just, you know, ask yourself this question: do you come away feeling uplifted, enthused, happy about life, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, or do you feel a bit, oh, this is hard work and now I've got to meet her or phone her and I don't know really who she is? In two minutes, I was about to say 2 seconds, pretty quick of a street approach, both of you get to know whether or not you like each other, whether she'd like to give you her number, whether you'd like to follow up if she does. So much information face to face in the real world. So I'm beginning to think that, quite frankly, although Tinder works, that it ain't a good long-term strategy for keeping yourself buoyant in life and enthusiastic. I've touched on coaching. This isn't my bread and butter. I'm kind of in sort of a twilight zone. I'm not a professional dating coach, and yet I'm a kind of a professional amateur at this kind of stuff. I quite like that because it means that I don't need to flog products and flog coaching to pay the mortgage. And I think in a lot of businesses, right, like if you're selling rivets, yeah, flog the hell out of it and sell as many rivets as you can. Yeah, no one's going to get hurt if they buy too many rivets. But where you get this, it's similar to professions like being a doctor or a solicitor, where you get some, or a psychiatrist or a therapist, where there's a danger of you having an agenda because it's in your interests, because you need to generate an income to do certain things. And I cite the example of Anthony Hustle and perhaps other dating coaches. You're tempted to cross kind of like an ethical, moral line in a way, and I just think sometimes it compromises the integrity of the advice that you're giving, because I now, as a professional, as a lawyer, I now am always looking at someone's agenda before I'm doing business with them. You know, nothing wrong with having an agenda, nothing wrong with building a business, but I want to know where they're coming from, and particularly where advice is concerned, particularly on the YouTube. You know, I want to know who it is that I'm receiving the advice from, and I want to know them, and I want to know their track record. So anyway, I am available for coaching. I've done some of it over the past couple of years on the odd occasion. I really enjoy it. I love helping guys, and it improves my vibe, and it kind of gives back what I've got over the years. So again, email me if you are interested. I've had a couple of comments and emails about it, so that's why I'm just floating it out there to you today. Finally, buy the book, you bastards. That is something one day I want to become a millionaire doing. Book writing, filmmaking. I mean, some of you may not realise, but I was writing before I was lawyering. I was putting on plays at university that I'd written. I went on to write, work for a television production company, producing comedies for the BBC. And I also got a screenplay commissioned by a Canadian production company who had a co-pro deal with Working Title in the UK. And I've always had a love and an interest, a fascination in the film and television industry. So yeah, click the link to my latest opus, which is an audible version of Too Late Mate. Roller coaster ride from tragedy to comedy to personal fulfillment, zero to hero or hero to zero and back again. Okay, strap those balls on, dudes. It's beautiful sunny weather here in Warsaw, and remember, don't be doing it just for the result, although obviously you need to learn how to close, that's part of the process, but just simply be doing it in order to oil those social wheels and make yourself a happier person. Bye for now.